G'day YouTubians, it's Thursday here in Busselton, Western Australia. We are having a week here of incredibly hot weather. We've had several days this week where it's 35 plus. I'm in my favourite little spot here for recording my videos in the shade, overlooking the paddocks and pastures, and the flies are getting right on the job this morning as well. But yeah, I just wanted to do another little video about the load of the air conditioner and how much demand it places on the system and how well this system copes with it. We are in bright sunshine and we have almost 15 kilowatts worth of panels. It is about 11 o'clock in the morning, so I keep looking out to the paddock there. There's just to keep an eye on things out there. I will want people to have this information so that if you are considering a system, I'm trying to put what you might find as comparable to start building an idea in your mind of what is achievable, and you can compare the items that you would have that would be similar and start building a framework in your mind of what's required. And when you get it right, and when all these things are considered properly, the success you can have, and it does feel damn good to build something that just copes and does the job that you set out to do, and know that you can run cooling or heating. Or heating's a bit more challenging, but cooling is certainly achievable in our climate. So this is the purpose of this information, guys. I'll get back to you in a minute or so. We are about to turn the air conditioner on, and we are just want to do that live so that you can build an idea of the demand that the unit puts on the system, and you can see that the system does cope. And it is, again guys, it is damn hot here today. It is it's probably 11 o'clock-ish right now. It'd be almost 35 degrees, and it's only going to get warmer. So back in a second. Okay folks, we're back into the nerve centre again. This is the three main inverters that you may have seen on other videos. We'll take you in close now and give you an idea of the load that is being drawn just on the standard household items. The fridges that are running, we have a small pump running that powers our little aquaponics setup. Just a few things on standby. It seems that the pool pump has just kicked in. I'm keeping an eye on the numbers here, but we'll take you in. This is the master inverter, as denoted by the HS here. The other two inverters, the graphic says SL, which denotes slave. I'll just get this lit up. But they're the two slaves. So inverter 1 is master, and currently, right now, they evenly share the load between them. So currently, right now, that inverter is being loaded at 13% of its capacity, and that's just with the swimming pool pump and a few other small things on, and is currently drawing just over 500 watts, or around the 500 watt mark, and that would be similar for each inverter. So you can times that by 3, and you can tell we're drawing about 1.5 kilowatts at the moment. And here is the graphic that tells us the battery state. As you can see just here, we've got the battery symbol, and underneath 55.3, that is float volts. That is where it is set to max out. It will not take the batteries any higher than that. It maxes out. And now we're going to turn on some heavy items like the air conditioners and the dishwasher, and just you'll see that figure of the wattage on the output side of the inverters jump up much higher. And then we'll keep an eye on this battery. It keeps going off again, and I've done this before, but I can't keep this LED lit up. And you'll see that this figure will stay where it is, guys. It'll stay in that float, which indicates that the system is handling the load. We'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, we're back again now. Just gone inside and had a chat to my wife, and she has told me that she is going to put on the air conditioner, the dishwasher, the coffee machine, and the swimming pool pump is already on. That just runs on. That's the only thing that we have that is sort of run on an automatic cycle. And you'll see this load start to increase now here as the air conditioner comes on, and we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll just keep the camera here. I'll try and keep it as steady as I can. I know it can be frustrating. This is the figure we're looking at here, guys. It's under the load symbol. This is 1.3 kilowatts at the moment. So you can times that by 3. We are, say 1.3 there, 1.2, 1.3 just there. Times that by 3. We're up just under 4 kilowatts of total load coming out of the batteries. And we just move the camera across to the battery readout, which is coming off the main solar charge controller, and it is holding steady. It is 55.2, 55.1, and if we keep the camera there for 5 or 10, for an extended period, I don't really want to leave it there for 5 or 10 minutes, but you'll see that that figure won't drop remarkably. There you go, it's just gone up a little bit, which indicates it can feed enough power into the system to keep up with the power that is being drawn out of the system. I'll go back to this screen. Guys, I'm a bit new at all this camera work, and I'm figuring out as I go. And I'll bring this the green inverters, they are a two-way inverter. They control power coming in off the solar panels, and they also distribute the power going out to the house and the other systems. But it looks like our base load for the equipment that we've got on right now is going to sit in at around 1.4 kilowatts per inverter. So times that by 3, we're just over it's the 4 kilowatt mark there. Would be 4.2, 4.3 kilowatts. And that'll be making our house nice and comfortable and running all the appliances that we want to run. And that really is the only adjustment that we've had to make to our lifestyle since we've had this system, guys, is just planning. You build a log in your mind of what really does draw a heavy load. Anything heating or cooling is an obvious one, and water pumping also. We pump a bore, and we also pump our reticulation from a reservoir of bore water, so we effectively pump the water twice. We pull it up out of the ground with a bore pump, and then we pump it around again for the reticulation. And we live on a farm, and we have sheep troughs to run, and very important that the sheep are kept up with water. So that is what we have to consider over and above, I guess, a normal house is our bore requirements. But this is comfortably going to run a normal house, no problem at all. You just have to consider the time of the day when you use things. And of course, after the sun goes down, you must limit yourself to just standard things like computer use or television use and things like that. But that's really the only limitation we have on our lifestyle. We can see we're up there now. The load is really getting heavy. We're up at 2 kilowatts, or all but 2 kilowatts per inverter, so 6 kilowatts draw in total, which is quite a heavy load, guys. That's there, 2.5 kilowatts. And we're just going to move across to this screen again. We are dragging the batteries down. I just saw it flash to 54 there, but I tell you what, it's flashed straight back up, so it's recovering, it's drawing out, recovering. It is effectively keeping up. There's nothing going on here that would take the batteries into past the lower limit. The lowest figure I want to ever see this battery voltage is 49.1. We can't let it drop any lower than that, otherwise we start to really affect the long-term life of the batteries. We're hoping to get 12 to 15 years of use out of these batteries, and the way we protect that longevity is by keeping this battery voltage figure here and not letting it go any lower than 49.1. So we can see that effectively the system is keeping up. It's fluctuating slightly, as you would expect with a high load, but it's, in general, it is able to keep up with its load and keep the batteries topped off. And again, it is the middle of the day, admittedly, it's just before noon, so you would expect that. And we'll get the house nice and cool, and then later in the day, when the temperature cools down outside, we don't need to run the air conditioner anymore, so we have the flexibility to turn that off. And we also have a large generator being built which will arrive before the end of summer. The generator has been built. It's a lister. It will constantly supply up to 8 kilowatts, and all that's happening now is we're just going to finalise building a trailer and making the unit mobile so that I can park it here next to the shed to feed the system if required, or if I have work to do out in the paddocks, I can just hook it up to the tractor or the ute and take the power where I need it. So that's the final little piece of work that has to be done on the generator. Other than that, this system is keeping up with a very, very heavy load for a sustained period of time at the hottest part of the day when we need it. I'm just extremely happy with this system, and the system that eSolar and Chris from Just In Case Solar Power has designed and built, and Wayne from CVP Electrical was the installer on the job, and these guys have put together a fantastic system. I'll leave it with that, guys. I don't really think I'm going to prove any more point where the load is just dropping off now, like one of the condensers is dropped off, or one of the heating elements is dropped off, so the load is reducing, and we've proven over that period of time, we've recorded now for nearly 8 minutes, that the system is keeping up with what it needs to do. It's hanging in there. 55.1, we're still at float volts. Cheers, guys. Hey guys, we're back again now. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. We believe we're through the worst of the hot weather today. It is starting to slowly cool down. The breeze has kicked in, which is great. I've just come out to have a quick look at the displays on the system, and can see that everything's sitting just where I want it to be. Batteries are in float. We certainly have not turned the air conditioning off since you saw us earlier. It's just been too damn hot, and we certainly enjoy sharing this information. We really hope that you get some benefit from it, especially if you are considering your own off-grid system. This hopefully gives you an idea about what you can expect, and what you would need to do to get the equipment that you would need to have, and the things that you would need to have in place to make it a successful operation. I certainly appreciate the fact that you've stuck around this long, and would love a like and a subscribe, and please share the information with anyone that you think may get some benefit out of this to successfully plan for a good off-grid system. Thanks guys, see you next time.